Hi, I'm Angie, owner of Knit Paper Scissors in Lincoln, Nebraska. And this is Stephanie. Stephanie is our sock knitting coach here at Knit Paper Scissors. How long have you worked at Knit Paper Scissors, Steph?
I think it was about October of 2021.
Oh, so you're coming up on your anniversary of being here. That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Steph, tell me about when you learned to knit.
Okay. I learned to knit about 21 years ago. It was just really on a whim. I was looking for an activity to do when my mom came to visit, and I happened upon this frilly novelty yarn at the Target dollar spot. So I bought that. I got this free little pamphlet from Joann's that taught you how to cast on, how to knit and purl. And so I learned just by looking at pictures.
So you're kind of self-taught.
Yes.
Yes.
So this was before YouTube. So we spent the whole weekend trying to get it figured out, and we couldn't.
Okay.
But I just wanted to get it figured out, so I kept practicing, and I just have never looked back. I became obsessed with it. I've been knitting ever since.
So the rest is history, we would say, after 21 years. So Steph, I know that you knit a lot of things. So you even test knit our Huskow for this year. Thank you. But I also know these are all, not all your socks.
Some. This is a sampling.
Sampling of your socks. I know that you have become kind of what we know of as a crazy sock knitter. So tell me about your journey of knitting socks.
Well, I never enjoyed knitting socks until I took Angie's sock class.
Oh gosh.
And that was in fall of 2020. So that's really when I started. I caught the sock knitting bug from you, and I've been knitting socks ever since.
And that was the COVID year. 2020, wasn't
yes,
it? Did we do it in person, or
no,
did we did it online?
We did it over Zoom.
Oh my gosh, that's even more impressive, Steph.
Yeah.
So you caught the bug.
Yep. And I was really interested in learning the construction of a sock and how to get the right fit. So I learned all of that. Learning how to do it on Magic Loop really made a difference for me in enjoying the process of knitting them. Yeah, and I just...
So since 2020, you've been knitting socks nonstop. I know people always ask me, how many socks have you knit? So do you have an idea of how many you've knit?
It's gotta be around 150.
Oh,
That's what I'm gonna go with.
I would believe that. I would believe that. I mean, these are just beautiful. So these are just a sampling of your socks that you have knit. Obviously, you don't just knit what we call a vanilla sock. So a vanilla sock would be what?
Just plain stockinette knitting, which is fun. I do like to have kind of a vanilla sock going at all times, or at least one with an easy, memorable pattern. That way I can just pull it out and work on it kind of without thinking.
Without thinking. Well, I know that you've got some, I mean, we've got all these, but I know you brought along some favorite socks, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to show us what those favorite socks are?
Okay.
We'll do them one at a time.
So this is one of my favorite patterns. It's called Charade, and I like it. It makes this little herringbone kind of pattern. I really like socks with texture. And I've done this is a self-striping yarn, but I've also done it in a variegated yarn, and it's
Great.
a pattern that looks good in both.
I'm not sure that you can see exactly. I'll hold it a little closer. We'll also put the names and things in our notes so that you can find those patterns, okay? Fabulous.
This is another one of my favorite patterns. It's called Blueberry Waffle Socks. It makes this little waffle texture, and that one is great if you've got a self-striping that's like about a 4-row repeat. That's a really good pattern for those.
Okay, let's hold that a little closer too. Very neat, okay? Blueberry waffle, all right?
Okay. This is one of my favorites. A lot of the reason these are my favorites too is because of the yarn. Jessica with Lazy Bee, she does such a great job with the yarn.
She does.
It really makes it fun to knit with. This is called Broken Rope. It's from Summer Lee's Hello Sailor sock set. And it's just a broken rib pattern.
These stripes are just great. And I like that you've done just a little bit of texture with it, because it looks good on the stripe. but yet you have a little bit of something else going on.
This is called the Dixie socks. It's another kind of textured slip stitch pattern. This also looks great on stripes or whatever, but this is actually a shorty pattern, but I did full length socks out of this.
So a shorty would mean?
Little ankle socks.
Okay, so this is full length. This is what we would consider full length. Beautiful, okay.
This is called the sprocket socks. This one, I just love how the colors came together. This is a great pattern for using up some of your yarn scraps. And it's also a great way to learn and practice weaving in your ends as you knit.
So that's what you did with this one.
Yes.
Right, because I think sometimes we're afraid of that because of all the ends we have to weave in. Those are beautiful. Okay, next.
This one is called the Thicksgiving socks. It was made with 2 strands of fingering weight yarn held together throughout, and it's another great way to use up your stash yarn or scraps. I used the same color throughout and then just switched it for the cuff and
Oh really?
Yep.
Oh really? So then you did, now tell me that again. You used the same color throughout, but then this is different?
Yep.
This is the same with 2?
Yep.
Okay.
2 colors here, 2 colors here, 2 colors here.
there.
I just switched
Okay.
them out, but
Okay.
makes a nice, thick, cozy sock for winter.
So another way to use up your scraps, your things that you have, like
Yes.
leftovers, okay? I'm loving all of these socks. I think I better make some of these patterns.
These are the sprinkle socks.
Mm-hmm.
And this pattern, it gave you an option of doing cuff down or toe up. And so you could kind of do the little interest part either way, whichever way you decided, but I wanted it at both. So I did cuff down and then I reversed the pattern here to get it to look the same.
So how do you like to knit your socks? Top down?
Top down mostly.
Cuff down?
But yeah, I'm not afraid of toe up either.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, I like top down as well. That's so neat, all right.
And this is one of my favorites. This is called Inconceivable, and it just looks so fancy. I love it.
It does.
This part here was all slip stitches, so it's not even stranded.
Oh, wow, it
It's
looks
not even
impressive.
color work. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just had a lot of texture, which I love. So it wasn't the
And
fastest.
you didn't put texture on the foot, right?
No.
Kind of on the top
Yes.
is a good way to do texture, right?
Mhm.
Because nobody's going to see it.
Yeah,
anyway.
and then if you do it cuff down, once you get past the heel, you really look forward to that. Like you only have to do it for half the sock.
All right, let's let them see that. That's just beautiful.
And this one is my absolute favorite. This is called Reverie. It has got some little color work here and at the heel and at the toe, and then it has these baubles up here, and then it has a little squishy garter heel. But I have a Sophie shawl and a hat that match this, and I just love to wear it as an
As a
outfit.
set.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at those little baubles. And were those hard to do?
No.
No. Okay. Now I notice that you do a lot of your cuffs, heels, and toes with different colors. You like to do that?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And what makes that work is Jessica has some baby bees, right?
Yes, and they're the perfect amount. You can usually get a toe and a heel. You could do maybe a couple rows of the cuff, but not a full cuff usually. Or sometimes I just do the cuff and the toe and let the heel be the plain color of the sock. But it adds more interest and just makes it more fun.
Just makes it more fun. Great. Well, they're beautiful. And this is just a sampling of our 150 pair of socks. So do you wear your socks pretty exclusive? I mean, you don't wear other socks?
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much so. So let's talk about your favorite way of knitting socks. And so we talked about toe up, top down, or cuff down. You said you're not afraid of toe up, but you knit most of them top down, cuff down. And so tell us about that process of how you've gotten, I mean, you've got such a variety of socks, so you have confidence in changing and doing things.
Well, I like to be challenged. I like to learn new things too. So I just like experimenting. But I've tried different heels and things, but I always come back to the shadow wrap heel. That's my favorite. So, and it's easy to memorize.
Right.
And so it's nice to just be able to knit a sock without looking at a pattern and being able to take it with you wherever you go.
And one of the things we talk about is knowing your numbers. So you must know your numbers, right? You know how many to cast on and how long to knit how many do you like to cast on?
64.
And then your leg is?
I do my leg for 7 inches.
Okay.
And then the heel, and then I stop at 2.5 inches before the total length of the sock I want for my foot. So a 1/2 inch for negative ease.
Okay.
And then the toe that I like to do is 2 inches.
Okay. So these are things you've discovered.
Yes.
You know, and that's one of the things we talk about in our sock knitting when we teach people is you've got to figure out your numbers. And how many socks did it take you to kind of get it to where you wanted it to be?
It took a few. I started, because I have big feet, I started with 72 stitches cast on and it was too big, and I went down to 68, it was still too big. So it's just, keep trying, and I finally got the fit right.
And once you get that fit right, then you really get addicted to knitting socks, don't you? Definitely.
And then it makes it easier too to adapt patterns if you need to, or even make socks for other people.
Because you know your numbers, right? We're getting ready to, it's fall, and so I see you have kind of this is a really cute little sock in here, Steph. Look at that. It's got and this is stranded knitting, right?
Yes.
So you've done that. You do solids, you do stranded, you do all kinds of knitting. And what we do at Knit Paper Scissors is we have beginning sock classes that you can take, and we will work with you on getting your numbers right. And that did make a difference for you, right?
It did.
Figuring it out. So we'll work with you to get your numbers right. We've got some October classes that are coming up, but more importantly, we have the red and white sock scrimmage that starts October 1st. Steph's smiling because she loves all of our sock events. She helps lead those, and she loves to participate in them as well. We're really excited for our red and white sock scrimmage this year because we're going to have a special guest. And we'll tell you who that special guest is here in a minute. But in addition to that, we also are going to do a little knit along. And it's an optional knit along, but Steph found this great pattern. You want to show it, what it is?
Sure, this is the apple slice socks.
Apple slice, okay.
And it just has a little bit of color work here, so if you haven't done it and want to try it, it's just a little bit, and then you can knit the rest of the sock just vanilla.
Oh, that is so cute. And so we're going to be, I'm going to hold it really close. We're going to be learning, we'll give you some tips, and that will be on our first Tuesday on the 7th. And one of the things you told me about this is that it had 3 colors at a time.
Yes, which was kind of a pain. Most sock color work patterns, you are only working with 2 colors at a time. Here where the seeds were, you used 3 colors in the same row. But she does give an option for doing it a duplicate stitch over the top of it afterwards.
All right, so we'll be talking about duplicate stitch then on the 7th. So you can go ahead, you're right, using some nice fall yarn is very fun.
Yes, this was one of Jessica's new fall colors.
Okay, which we still have some of those. So you can, and all the links are in the notes so that we link it to all the patterns. So you can cast that on, and then on the 7th we'll be talking about that. And then on the 14th, we're going to be talking about helical knitting. So Steph, I think you have an example of socks that are not helical knit,
yes,
right?
I have an example of why I would like to learn helical knitting. So I did this, I don't know, several years ago, and I haven't made the second one. So, but as you can see,
oh yeah,
where the colors change, in some places it doesn't look great.
Right, because you could just see where the row because you use 2 different colors there.
Yep.
Right? Okay.
Yep, 1 row stripes.
Okay. Well, I started the helical sock, and I love it. It's a really quick little technique, and you don't have any of that going on at all. It just goes round and round because you change the beginning of your round all the time, every round. You
so
do.
Cool.
So it's cool. So we'll be showing you and giving you tips for that on the 14th of October. And then our special guest will be joining us. And our special guest is Denise DeSantis, Earth Tone Girls. And so Denise has been with us before, and she has agreed to come and share because she has a brand new book called the No Fear Sock Knitting. And that's the short row heel you use, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that we all love so much. So Denise will be with us on the 21st. And then on the 28th, we are going to do a garter stitch heel. So it's similar to this, Steph's little garter stitch heel. And we're doing techniques out of, that is in Denise's book, as well as the helical socks are in in Denise's book as well. So we're going to kind of keep that as our theme. And then on the 28th, oh, that was the 28th. And then on the 30th, we do something here at the shop. Right?
Right.
What do we have?
We have a party for the end of the Sock Scrimmage. So we will find out who the winning team was, and the winning team will get to shop first from some new colors from Lazy Bee Yarn.
That's correct. That's correct. And we'll have refreshments. And last time we did this in the summer, it was so fun because then you bring your socks together. So we would love to have you join us this October for the Red and White Sock Scrimmage. Going to be fun learning, fun community, all good reasons to be together. And Steph, as we wrap up, what would you say to someone, what advice would you give to someone that wants to become a sock knitting enthusiast, someone who knits 150, not just pair, 150 socks?
Well, I would just say participate in the events. This is a great way to get started. Even if you finish 1 sock for the whole month, you're helping your team, and you can really learn a lot from the other sock knitters too.
That's correct. And that's a great point. Some people think, oh, if I just do 1 sock's great. That's fabulous. We just believe in meeting you where you're at. If 1 sock's what you want to do, that is fabulous. So we hope you'll think about joining us for our Red and White Sock Scrimmage. You want to add the event to the cart, check out, it's free, and then you can jump on our Zoom with us on those Tuesday nights. So Steph, thanks for being with us, sharing your enthusiasm. Steph's here on the weekends mostly, so if you've got some sock questions or things that come up, she can surely help you with those. We always ask that you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel. We appreciate you tuning in to Inside at KPS.